former SAS soldier from Norfolk is hoping to be the first Briton to complete the world's most extreme endurance event.
Tremaine Kent from Great Yarmouth is taking part in the Four Deserts Challenge, racing in the hottest, coldest, windiest and driest places on Earth.
And he's doing it all in the name of his young wife, Carla, who died from lung cancer, leaving him to bring up their 2 children. Natalie Gray has his story.
It's a Herculean task, and twice a week this former SAS soldier trains by running 12 hours through the night. Tremaine Kent, known as Trig, is doing it for his late wife Carla, who died from lung cancer, leaving him to bring up their 2 children, Star and Kyle, alone. He says as a single dad he has to be strong, but running allows him to grieve.
The mentally side, I'm already driven, more so than any athlete or competitor. You know, I've got my reasons for doing it. And to be honest with you, it's been the only time I've been allowed to grieve for Carla's death. Because obviously here I am the pillar of the family.
The challenge is to run 4 deserts in a year. Each marathon is 250 kilometres long and lasts for 7 days, and Trig's already cracked 2 of them. In March, he ran the Atacama Desert in Chile. In June, he galloped across the Gobi Desert in China. Next week, he'll sprint through the Sahara in Egypt, and in November, he'll take on Antarctica.
The Gobi Desert was 54 degrees, and there was one part of it that was called the oven, and it was an oven. You know, and you've got Swedish guys who can't speak that much English laying on the floor, quivering and, you know, totally dehydrated. So to shed a few aches and pains and a little bit of blood for myself to try and raise money for the charity to make sure that their life is a little bit better from a living point of view, I'm prepared to go through that.
Trig is hoping to raise thousands of pounds for Carla's Angels, a charity set up in his beloved wife's memory. The charity's first project to create a garden at a new palliative care centre at the James Paget Hospital in Galston. His children are so proud of him.
I do worry from time to time, but I just think, I just believe in my mind that he can do it.
I think it's great, but it's challenging.
He hasn't finished this challenge yet, but he's already planning the next one, running the 2,600 miles around the edge of the British Isles. Natalie Gray, Anglia News.
Well, everyone here wishes you all the best.
Yeah, we'll let you know how Trig gets on as well.
Yeah.
Now then, it's the name associated with the glory days of motor racing's most iconic brands, Team Lotus.
Yeah, and it's the title which the current Lotus Formula One team wants to carry on its cars in next year's World Championship.
But will they? A row's blown up over who actually owns the rights to the name, and the lawyers are rubbing their hands with glee. Donovan Blake has more on this.
These are the Grand Prix cars which carried the famous Team Lotus name.
And a small bill, and it's a little bit lost, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's not a giant cucumber either. Hundreds of people have flocked to the Norfolk coast in the hope of seeing a very rare visitor to these shores. Kate Prout joined them on the trail of the yellow-bellied flycatcher.
The nerves are showing as a boat full of birdwatchers heads out to Blakeney Point. Like the object of their search, some have come from far away.
Quite an important bird in the scheme of things, even though we don't really know what it is yet.
I set off at about 4:30 this morning. I've still got to ring in and have a meeting on the conference call at work as well today. So
it's all part of the pain of bird watching. Sometimes it's elation, sometimes it's pain.
Those who made a 3-hour journey on foot have already been rewarded with a sighting.
We started from home in Belgium. We took the ferry from Calais to Dover, and then we drove from Dover to here.
We're out there this morning. We were out there, well, whatever time we got out there, and there was only 10 of us watching it at the time, so that was nice. But now there's a lot more people.
And this is what they're all hoping to spot, an American flycatcher, which could be the yellow-bellied, the alder or the willow variety. No one quite knows. One thing is for sure, it's replaced the seals as the main attraction here.
It's very good for business. It helps us. It helps us when we're probably not quite as busy as what we normally are through the summer months when we have all the children here.
The flycatcher, if that is indeed what it is, normally lives and breeds in North America and Canada. Every winter it leaves its woodland habitat and heads south for Mexico and Central America. For some reason, this creature has become rather disorientated and flown 5,500 miles east instead, ended up here on Blakeney Point. So why is it here? Well, apparently the theory is it got caught on the tail end of the hurricane that brought all those high winds at the weekend.
Oh, it's good for the economy. I mean, a lot of people here now. It's good for the bed and breakfast and all the people, all the hotels and the pubs. And of course, the more people we have here, on the ground as we call it, the more eyes, the more birds are being found.
After 4 days on the Norfolk coast, however, the elusive American flycatcher appears to have tired of all the attention, and we all returned home without a single sighting. Kate Prout, Anglia News, Blakeney Point in Norfolk.
5,500 miles. I wonder if it really is there.
Of course it is,
It's just
Jonathan.
rumour. Put out.
Now, time's marching on. The national team are getting ready to take centre station just...
It's coming up now. Amanda's here. It seemed warmer today. I didn't see any rain, and it's even detected a little bit of warmth. No rain. How long is it going to last?
Not very long, I'm afraid, as there is a band of rain working its way towards us as we speak. In fact, if I just show you the graphic, you can see the rain out to the west of the country is making its journey towards us, and that's going to bring wet conditions by morning. And it's staying with us for most of the day, so we are all in for a bit of a soaking, but it will eventually clear during the early hours of Thursday.
But rain or shine, you love getting weather pictures, don't you?
That's right. We do love to see the viewer pictures from around the region, whether it's, you know, the cloud or pictures of sunsets, beautiful views from around the region. Whatever you capture, we would love to see them, and hopefully we can show them on future programmes. So if you do have any pictures, get them sent in to us at the usual address. That's angliaweather@itv.com. Right, let's see what the rest of the weather is up to.